Okay, so hello everyone. In this video, we will cover network layer. So in this video, we will discuss about its functionalities like host-to-host delivery, logical address, routing, fragmentation, and congestion control. Okay, so the topic is network layer. Network layer is the third layer from below in the OSI model, which takes data from transport layer and passes it on to the further to the data link layer. Now, what are the responsibilities or functionalities of network layer? This is what we have to discuss in this video. Okay, if I have a source machine, all these layers are working in the source machine, but how is the network layer helping in transfer of message in networking? What are the responsibilities and what are the functionalities and what is its role? This is what we are going to discuss. Okay, now the first role is host to host delivery. The first and very important role is host to host delivery, or we can also call it source to destination delivery. We also refer to this as machine to machine delivery. Okay, this means from source machine to destination machine, whose responsibility is to transfer the message? Network layer. Let's understand with an example. Here I have a network A and I have network B. In network A and network B, let's say different topologies are used here. I used hub topology in network A and I used bus topology in network B. Now, what is the responsibility of network layer? How can a machine in one network communicate with a machine in different network? Let's say here is machine A2. A2 wants to communicate with B2. Now there won't be direct communication here. So direct communication won't happen between A2 and B2. They will have to send message through a channel, a media. So let's say this is the media. Okay, now from A2, message will first reach R1. From R1 it will reach R2, and from R2 it will reach B2. So from A2 to R1, responsibility of transferring message is of data link layer. This is what we have discussed in our previous videos, which we had discussed before. Okay, it works on node to node delivery. Data link layer works on node to node delivery, and network layer source to destination, means host to host delivery. Okay, but here is not node to node delivery. Here is work of source to destination delivery of network layer. Okay, how does it perform host to host delivery or machine to machine delivery? By using addresses. The addresses are known as logical addresses. So the second responsibility of network layer is logical addresses, which we call also IP addresses. Okay, very important point. Host to host delivery or source to destination delivery is performed by using the logical addresses. Okay, now logical addresses or IP addresses is basically a combination of two things. One is a network ID and other is a host ID. This means we know two things from one IP address. From IP addresses, I will know in which network to send the message, and in that network there are many hosts, many machines, many servers. In that network, on which machine to send the message is determined by IP addresses. And who uses this IP address? Network layer uses it to send message. So that's why we call it host to host delivery. Okay, the message passing in between is the job of data link layer. Okay, node to node delivery. Network layer's job is to transfer message from A2 to B2. How to transfer? By using IP addressing, where A2 will give IP address of source, and along with that it will put IP address of B2 in that message. Okay, now how we find IP addresses, how we use them, we will see in detail further. Okay, the main important point here is to host delivery is performed using IP address, because from IP address I know which is the network and which is the host in the network. Okay, now the third responsibility of network layer is routing. The other responsibility of network layer is routing. Okay, this is again a very important part. In routing there are different methods: RIP method, OSPF method. There are different protocols, routing information protocol. These are the methods which are used to do the routing. In RIP we use distance vector routing, and in OSPF we use link state routing, which are full-fledged protocol. Okay, protocol means what here? Protocol means set of instructions. We have discussed it before in our previous lectures. Okay, the message going from source machine to destination machine will follow what instruction? Protocols. Okay, so there should be a standard protocol, so that source uses the same protocol, destination uses the same protocol, so that communication will be fast. Okay, it will be convenient, it will be efficient. Okay, now what is the meaning of routing? When message reaches R1 from A2, first the message comes to this router, then this router will decide how to route the message to the place where it needs to be sent. Okay, route means we have to decide a path here. Okay, it is possible that this router is connected further with different networks, because this diagram that I have represent is of the internet network. Okay, internet means connection of different networks. So if these are all different types of network, then router is not necessarily connected to only one or two network, it can be connected to multiple networks. Okay, this is the diagram of internet. Okay, so this packet is to be sent to which router? Let's say it is to be sent to R2. How to decide this? By using routing, and we try to follow shortest path so that our message reaches destination soon. Okay, here I am using the word route because router is a device we can use on network layer. On network layer we use routers, we can also use layer 3 switches, we can use firewalls also, but the most important devices used in the network layer are routers and layer 3 switches. Routers are such an intelligent device that they can decide themselves. Source sent message, source said let my message reach B2, okay, but after that message will come to R1, so router has to decide what is the best route. Router has to intelligence. How? Because it has routing algorithm working on it, okay. Why? Because network layer works on routers also, so router will decide what is the best path, okay, then R2 will decide what is the best path here. This is called routing, okay. This is the major responsibility of network layer, okay. Now moving forward to another responsibility, fragmentation. The next responsibility or role is fragmentation. Now what is fragmentation? Whenever we send a packet, because the terminology we use on network layer is packet, okay, here we use packet switching. We also use switches in the network layer, okay. Switches are also intelligent devices which basically helps reduce the number of wires needed, okay. So when this packet goes from one place to another, there I may need fragmentation. Why is fragmentation needed? Let's say host send message to destination, okay, but that message goes first to R1 router. Now R1 router sends message to some other router. Now that router may have its own capacity. Capacity means what size of packet it can accept. Like in CSMA CD Ethernet, message of 1500 bytes maximum can be accepted, but if my message size is very big, if my packet size is very big, then it can't accept it, okay. The intermediate node will not be able to accept the large packet because its buffer size is less, okay. Packet size is larger, so what will router do? It will not send all the data at one time. It will divide the message into fragments. It will create multiple fragments according to its capacity and further pass on to the data, okay. So how fragmentation is performed, that also we will see in details further. This is another major responsibility of network layer, okay. Now moving forward to congestion control. The next responsibility is congestion control. There is one more responsibility, although it is not used very much. Congestion control, we talk about congestion in network layer, but we basically handle congestion control more on transport layer, okay. Congestion means it is possible that we fill the network completely, the capacity of the network, how many packet it can transfer further. If I fill the network completely with the packets, if all node at a time send infinite number of packets, then network will be filled with the messages, okay. This is called congestion situation. Now how to control this congestion? We handle congestion control less on network layer, we basically use it in more on transport layer, but still for congestion control we use leaky bucket method, token bucket method. These are different methods which control congestion, okay. Or we use ICMP IGMP protocols here. If a message is going and if a problem occurs in the message, then the router sends acknowledgement to the source that there is a problem in the message, okay. Or if it is sending at very high speed, or they send ICMP packet to reduce its speed of sending message, we will talk about ICMP IGMP in further details, okay. Here we are only discussing what are the network layers responsibilities, okay. So these were the major roles of network layer, in which most important role is host to host delivery, which is done by using IP address followed by routing, which determines the best paths for packets. So that's it for this video. We will meet in next video. Until then, bye bye.